Your top stories this evening, sponsored by Courts, bringing value home. 22-year-old woman dies after jumping from GPHC ward. Family raises concerns over patient monitoring at the facility. Opposition likely to legally challenge non-appointment of opposition leader. Pundits urge parties to be cautious. Contractor killed execution style. He was visiting his son for his birthday. Guyana launches national electronic health record system. And in sport, Guyana secures 4-wicket victory against Jamaica in third round of the 2026 CWI Women's T20 Blaze Championships. HGP Nightly News begins now. Good evening to our viewers here in Guyana and online. I'm Travis Chase with the Monday, January 19 edition of the HGP Nightly News. Here's what you need to know this evening. A tragic incident at the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation has left a young woman dead and a family demanding answers. A full investigation is now underway as questions continue to swirl about patient safety and mental health monitoring at the country's main referral hospital. Here's more. A 22-year-old woman identified as Marissa Eastman is dead after reportedly jumping through a window at the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation on Sunday evening. According to hospital officials, Eastman was admitted to the GPHC on January 17 after presenting to the emergency department with complaints of headaches and abnormal behavior. She was subsequently admitted to a medical ward for further evaluation and management. A statement issued by the GPHC said the patient was reviewed by the internal medicine team and later referred for psychiatric assessment due to observed behavioral concerns. The hospital noted that psychiatric services were attended and that at the time of assessment, no suicidal or psychotic symptoms were identified. However, at approximately 6:55 p.m. on Sunday, January 18, an alarm was raised indicating that the woman had jumped through a window on the female medical ward. Hospital staff responded immediately, but the young woman was pronounced dead at the scene. The death has sparked grief and outrage among family members who Sunday evening alleged that the tragedy may have resulted from negligence on the part of the hospital.
When we came, while home, we get a call that she jumped through the window from the 3rd floor. So, Travis, which means nobody was paying attention to her. When we were there before she actually get the medication, 4 of us had to hold her down. So, you're telling me the nurses did not see that this person need help or need to be observed?
Relatives questioned why the woman was not restrained or placed on suicide watch. The family also claimed that the young woman was pregnant at the time, adding to the emotional weight of the loss.
Why was she behaving erratic?
Basically, she's 6 months pregnant, right? She had an issue probably with her boyfriend. So this is what she was asking her auntie. Y'all know what's going on here. And telling me, he sent her a message saying...
In response, GPHC said it has since met with the patient's family and has initiated a full internal investigation to determine the circumstances surrounding the incident. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News. Sharon Benjamin, attorney at law and general secretary of the People's National Congress Reform, says should the government and the Speaker of the National Assembly continue to ignore their constitutional obligations in electing an opposition leader, legal recourse will be a likelihood. However, some legal experts suggested that the combined opposition must think critically of the legal ramifications before taking such a recourse. Antonio Day is on this story.
If this matter is not addressed, there is a likelihood that we will have to go to court to compel the Speaker of the National Assembly to do what has to be done.
That was attorney at law and People's National Congress Reform General Secretary Sharon Benjamin during a recent press conference. Benjamin argued that being out of the country does not prevent the Deputy Speaker from facilitating a meeting with the opposition on the election of its leader. He said the government continues to make baseless excuses. Coretta MacDonald, Member of Parliament for the Partnership for National Unity, also commented on the matter.
The issue here is that the government is doing what they want to do. It's a whole lot of delaying tactics.
Meanwhile, Attorney at Law Christopher Ram, in an exclusive interview with Nightly News, said in keeping with legal principles, he believes the court could not entertain a case that relates to internal parliamentary affairs. At this juncture, he explained.
It depends on how strongly they argue their case and how disposed the court is to the matter. The fact that by interference by the court in matters internal to the National Assembly is always going to be a challenge.
Ram noted that given the suspension of the National Assembly with no functioning parliamentary committees should be a concern of the court, but warned that the opposition must carefully examine the legal factors before taking such recourse. Another attorney, Jonathan Sobrian, said that while it is democratically moral for there to be an elected opposition leader, nowhere in the Constitution speaks to the time frame on that appointment.
Nowhere in the Constitution it says that you have to have the Speaker or the leader of the opposition in place at any given time. There are no dates.
Sir Brian further said that if there were further amendments to the 1980s Constitution, only then the opposition case would have been substantial. Antonio De reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Guyana has maintained heightened security along its borders following recent developments in Venezuela. Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips says the country is on high alert. Find out more from Tiana Cole.
Following the recent toppling of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, who along with his wife was captured by the United States Security Forces earlier this month, Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips says Guyana's moved swiftly to strengthen its border security. During a recent interview, the Prime Minister disclosed that the Guyana Defense Force GDF has already deployed ranks along all of Guyana's borders, including Venezuela, Suriname, and Brazil, as part of a heightened state of readiness.
As a result of what transpired on the 3rd of January, immediately we went into a more heightened state of readiness, right? In fact, I will argue that the troops there were already in a heightened state of readiness. So it's just a matter of sensitizing them to what happened in Venezuela and for them to be extra vigilant.
While there have been no reports of unusual activity so far, he stressed that security forces have remained cautious.
To date, we have not seen, thankfully, we have not seen anything unusual. Just the routine, what we consider the routine activities of people on the frontier. But we will not fall into any false sense of security and believing that everything is back to normal.
Prime Minister Phillips emphasized that authorities will continue to ensure any instability or hostile actions on the other side of the border do not spill over into Guyana.
Because at the end of the day, we have to define aggression on the border. We have to defend our border. And we have to ensure that the people who live on our side enjoy an acceptable level of security away from any acts of instability that likely to occur on the other side.
The long-standing Guyana-Venezuela border controversy centers on Venezuela's claims to Guyana's Essequibo region, which represents 2/3 of its territory. Guyana maintains that the 1899 arbitral award legally settled the boundary, a matter currently before the International Court of Justice, ICJ, while Venezuela continues to reject the court's jurisdiction. Tiana Cole reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
With the police now. Police in Regional Division 4C are probing an execution-style murder along the east coast of Demerara of a 34-year-old contractor. Here are the details. Police are investigating the murder of Humpton Chichester, also known as Orlando, a 35-year-old carpenter and contractor of Beirut Bachelor's Adventure, East Coast Demerara. The incident occurred on Sunday, January 18, 2026, around 7:30 p.m. along the Beirut Access Road. Chichester's body was found lying motionless on the roadway with gunshot wounds to his chest and shoulder. Chichester's mother, Mary Chichester, told reporters she was at home when she received the devastating news.
However, I put on these very clothes and I went out. When I go to the road, was filled with people. And the next thing, when I look around, my son he was lying on the ground. And when I get close to him and I hold him, I realized that he was dead.
According to the dead man's mother, Chichester worked primarily in Berbice and had traveled to the East Coast to spend time with his son for his birthday. He was reportedly scheduled to return to Berbice on Monday. She said she does not know whether her son was the victim of mistaken identity and expressed confusion over why he would have been killed.
I heard some black car person say, find shots at him. I don't know if they take him for somebody else or what, I can't say. But all I know, I'm going to meet my son, motionless on the ground.
The grieving mother also recalled that her son was recently involved in an incident where he was stabbed, but said he later chose not to give further evidence against his attacker.
After going to court, he said, you know, he had 3 dreams that he shouldn't go ahead with this story, leave it to God. And that is what he did. And he and the person would talk and so on.
The scene was canvassed for CCTV cameras, and investigators have retrieved footage which is now being analyzed. Several persons have been contacted and questioned as police work to determine the circumstances surrounding the killing. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News. Stay with us. You're watching the HGP Nightly News.
No frills, just great prices at Courts. We don't just talk about it, we got it. Get the best in quality and prices on appliances, electronics, furniture, and much more. Get free gifts with select laptop and TV purchases. Shop today, pay later with Courts Ready Finance. Only at Courts, bringing value home. Offer ends January 24th, 2026. Conditions apply.
Welcome to SNL Electrical Inc., where lighting and electrical needs are met with expertise and style. From the latest in electrical lamps to durable cables, circuit breakers, panels, we have it all. Illuminate your space with our elegant chandeliers, stunning crystal lights, and versatile pole lights. Looking to upgrade your comfort? Explore top-of-the-line AC units and our diverse selections of stylish styles. Visit us at 170-180 Thomas Street, Kitty, Georgetown. Discover solution that not only lights up your world but transforms it. Call us on telephone number 226-3018 or 223-1634. SNL Electrical Inc. powering your life with elegance, quality, and care.
Krishna Rao Establishment. No job is too small or too large. We specialize in all types of fabricating machinery, excavator repairs, rice field pumps, and hydraulic hoses. Visit us at Lot 113, Block CC, Monrepo, East Coast, and Marara, or call 220-9624-629-4021 or 619-7880. At Krishna Rock Establishment, no job is too small or too large.
Smart Minds Educational Institute, offering preschool, nursery, and primary levels. Finally, a school that is every parent's dream. Located at 69 Crow Street, offering academic excellence, trained qualified teachers, small class sizes, personalized care, and one-to-one attention for your little ones. So if your child is for preschool, nursery, or primary level, come to Smart Mind, located at 69 Crow Street, or call 231-4885 or 600-9229 to enroll now.
Welcome back to the HGP Nightly News. We tell you now that the recently commissioned biotechnology plant Tissue Laboratory is ramping up the production of quality plantlets to service the agriculture sector. This is according to the subject minister during a recent visit. Marvin Cato reports.
To date, we have already developed a number of culture in various varieties.
That was Minister of Agriculture Zulfikar Mustafa, who recently did a walkthrough of the biotechnology plant Tissue Laboratory located in the compound of the National Research and Extension Institute, NARI compound, Monrepo, East Coast, Demerara. The visit focused on the progress made at the laboratory since its commissioning in October 2025.
When I said that we'll be producing approximately 1 million planting material, or 1 million plantlets, it was just confirmed by the person in charge that we will reach that target by September, October.
Approximately $450 million was spent to construct the facility, which is aimed at producing and supplying clean, disease-free, and high-quality plantlets to farmers and researchers.
As we said, that we will do special type of planting material for farmers, and we'll be concentrating to develop special crops.
Cuttings are used to produce a wide variety of plantlets, including pineapple, citrus, plantain, and sugarcane. Other plantlets are also expected to be developed with a focus on more exotic crops like strawberries and blackberries. It is hoped that farmers would be able to receive plantlets by mid-2026 in an effort to boost food security and productivity. The facility is already improved on the previous facility that was only able to produce approximately 15,000 plantlets annually. Marvin Cato reporting for HGP Nightly News.
Guyana's healthcare system is going digital with the launch of a national electronic health record system aimed at improving patient care and efficiency. This story from Tiana Cole.
Guyana has taken a significant step toward improving healthcare delivery with the launch of a National Electronic Health Records (EHR) system aimed at modernizing the public healthcare sector. Speaking at the launch of the initiative, Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony said this is part of government's broader digital transformation agenda and explained that the vision for electronic health records has been in development for decades, but gained renewed urgency following the COVID-19 pandemic.
This is something that is very important because we recognize that during COVID, to manage patients and to understand what was going on with patients across this country, how many people we had in hospitals, how many were sick with COVID, all of that we were doing manually. And it was a challenge.
Addressing concerns about privacy and confidentiality, the health minister assured the public that strict legal safeguards are already in place. He pointed to the Data Protection Act, which imposes penalties for up to $20 million for individuals and $100 million for institutions found guilty of unlawfully disclosing personal medical information.
This thing is not a joke. People's information must be kept confidentially, right? And that is why the penalties for breaching that confidence is going to be very, very high.
Looking ahead, Dr. Anthony said the EHR system will be rolled out across all public hospitals and health centers, with plans also in place to integrate private healthcare providers into the platform.
There will be no difference between getting treated, let's say in Latam, or getting treated in Georgetown, or wherever you're living, because all would be on the same platform.
Chief Executive Officer of the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, GPHC, Robbie Rambarine, said the Festival City Polyclinic was selected as a pilot site due to a strategic role within the public healthcare system, serving approximately 2,000 patients each month.
Our work sits at the intersection of care delivery, compliance, quality, and public trust. Hence, this clinic was our first choice to roll out the system.
Rambaran added that outpatient services at GPHC are expected to transition to a fully paperless system by April, with all other public health facilities scheduled to follow by the end of the year. The $3.3 million initiative, implemented through a contract with UK-based company RioMed Limited, is expected to significantly improve how patient information is accessed, managed, and shared across public health institutions, while eliminating long-standing inefficiencies associated with manual record keeping. Tiana Cole reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Thank you, Tiana, for your reporting. There is more news ahead. Stay with us.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanup, or construction project. It's simple. Step 1, give us a call. Step 2, we put down the bin. Step 3, load it up with all of your junk. Step 4, we take it away. That's simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there is no job that is too big or too small. Call Vons Waste Management today at 218-1455.
It's Christmas at Survival Supermarket, and our year-end promotion is bigger than ever. For every $5,000 you spend, you can win one of 30 prizes. One of 4 Samsung double-door refrigerators, one of 4 Samsung washing machines, one of 4 Samsung 58-inch televisions, one of 4 Members Mark sofa sets, one of 4 portable music systems, one of 4 grocery vouchers valued $50,000 each, and one of 3 sets of car rims, and one of 3 trips to local resorts. The Survival Christmas promotion begins December 4th, with the final drawing on December 23rd, 2026, and the grand presentation on January 30th at our new Little Diamond Supermarket. Yes, this Christmas, spend $5,000 and enter to win fantastic prizes at all branches of Survival Supermarket. Happy holidays and great shopping to you all.
No frills, just great prices at Courts. We don't just talk about it, we got it. Get the best in quality and prices on appliances, electronics, furniture, and much more. Get free gifts with select laptop and TV purchases. Shop today, pay later with Courts Ready Finance. Only at Courts, bringing value home. Offer ends January 24th, 2026. Conditions apply.
Thanks for staying tuned to the HGP Nightly News. The Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport has officially launched Matrimony 2026 at the Railway Courtyard under much fanfare. Marvin Cato reports now.
This year alone, we're going to be investing over $120 million just on our floats from government entities.
That was Minister of Culture, Youth and Sports, Charles Ramson Jr., at the launch of Matrimony 2026, which will be celebrated under the theme Expressing Our Culture Through Innovation and Creativity. He reminded that the government will continue to invest heavily in MASH as a tourism product since it shows who we really are as a people.
You have to take our message, our culture to the entire world.
The minister lauded the patrons for turning out to the event. He reminded that matrimony belongs to us and it is our duty as citizens to sell it as a tourism product. The launch brought together hundreds who witnessed vibrancy, color, and rich cultural expressions showcased through displays of the arts.
This culture is ours. No one else will sell it for us. It is us alone. We are in this together. And we are a beautiful people, and we have to show the world who we are.
The launch featured a lively mini parade, the unveiling of costumes from various government ministries and private entities, coupled with a live concert that showcased some of Guyana's best performing artists. Marvin Cato reporting for HGP Nightly News.
Stay tuned for regional news.
It's a drink that's hot. Citrus punch, fruit punch tastes nice. Guava, pineapple, that give me a vibe. We no want nothing less compared to the rest. Fruit up the best. Quench any thirst when it comes to the test. Perfect thing for my lunch. Flavors pack a punch. Fruitopia, Fruitopia. It's a drink that's hot. Citrus punch, fruit punch tastes nice. Fruitopia, the drink that rocks your lunchtime.
GCOM will be conducting a claims and objections exercise commencing January 5, 2026 to produce an official list of electors, OLE, if you will be 18 years or older by December 31, 2025, and you're a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GCOM will be posting the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all of the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check if you are listed, and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. You can make a claim for registration, change or correction to your particulars, or you can object to the inclusion of anyone who you believe should not be on the list. If you are desirous of making a claim or objection, you must visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to do so. Visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to conduct any of the above transactions. All GCOM registration offices will open Mondays to Fridays from 8 to 18 hours, Saturdays and Sundays from 10 to 14 hours. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-0278-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Good evening and welcome to Monday's edition of the Original News. Barbados will go to the polls on Wednesday, February 11, 2026 to elect a new government, Prime Minister Mia Amour Motley announced, formally setting the stage for a general election months ahead of the constitutional deadline. The announcement was made at a Barbados Labour Party BLP nomination meeting at Westbury Primary School on Saturday, where attorney-at-law Mitchell Lashley KC was confirmed as the party's candidate for the city. With his nomination, the ruling BLP has now completed its slate of candidates for all 30 seats in the House of Assembly. Parliament will be dissolved to trigger the election campaign, with nomination day scheduled for January 27. Parliament will be dissolved on January 19. The decision brings forward an election that was not constitutionally due until 2027 and follows months of speculation after Motley hinted late last year that an early poll was likely. At the time, she urged BLP supporters to prepare for political work in 2026, signaling that the party would not wait until the final year of its mandate. The upcoming vote will mark the second consecutive time Motley has dissolved the parliament within a year remaining in her term. She led the BLP to historic 30-0 landslide victories in both the 2018 and 2022 general elections, leaving the opposition without a single seat in the House of Assembly. With the election date now set, political activity is expected to intensify across the island as parties make their case to voters ahead of the February 11 poll. Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar over the weekend said she makes no apologies for supporting the United States in its fight against transnational crime. She also reiterated remarks made by Attorney General John Jeremy that U.S. military strikes against drug boats were within international law. The Prime Minister was speaking during a sitting of Parliament at the Red House, where she delivered a statement outlining the government's legislative agenda. As she addressed crime-fighting legislation, she stated, quote-unquote, "We remain focused against trafficking, against transnational organized crime, and today I make no apology for standing side by side with our oldest trading partner. The leader of the free world in this hemisphere, I make no apology today, and I am happy." She reiterated that she makes no apologies for supporting the U.S. and said the opposition should seek competent legal counsel, as our government has a legal opinion with respect to the strike action. Chilean President Gabriel Boric announced a state of catastrophe in 2 regions in the south of the country early on Sunday, as raging wildfires forced at least 20,000 people to evacuate. According to Chile's CONAV Forestry Agency, firefighters are battling 24 active fires across the country as of Sunday morning. Fires have consumed nearly 8,500 hectares in the 2 regions so far, endangering multiple communities in the region, leading authorities to declare evacuation orders, and nearly 20,000 people had been evacuated and at least 250 homes have been destroyed. Authorities say adverse conditions like strong winds and high temperatures have helped wildfires spread and complicated firefighters' abilities to control the fires. Much of Chile is under extreme heat alert, with temperatures expected to reach up to 38 Celsius or 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Both Chile and Argentina have experienced extreme temperatures and heat waves since the beginning of the year. Thank you for watching. I am Tiana Cole.
Let's join Delvin Neblett for HGP's Sports Pulse.
evening, Guyana. I'm Delwyn Neblett with your HGP TV Sports Pulse for today, Monday, January 19, 2026. We begin tonight with football. Action took place in the Georgetown Football Association Senior Men's League with 2 fixtures at the Pleasance Community Center ground on Saturday and 2 fixtures on Sunday. On Saturday, match number 1 was a 1-0 victory for Black Pearl FC over Ordis FC, while match number 2 was a commanding 3-0 victory for Rhythm Squad FC over Pele FC. On Sunday, Beacon FC defeated Eastveld FC 2-1, while Camptown FC and North Stars FC played to a scoreless draw in match number 2. Action will resume in the Georgetown Football Association Senior Men's League with 2 fixtures at the Pleasance Community Center ground on Tuesday. Moving into basketball, action took place in the inaugural Schools Basketball League with 3 fixtures at multiple venues in Georgetown on Friday. At the QC Court, Queens College defeated St. Stanislaus College 66-42, while President's College defeated St. Rose's High 47-41 at St. Rose's on the back of 15 points from Romarian Wolf, as Josiah Bernard also scored 15 points for St. Rose's in a losing effort. The final match on Friday was a dominant 84-38 victory for the Government Technical Institute over Marion Academy at the Marion Court. GTI's Sean Duncan asserted his dominance on the competition with a game-high 30 points, while Marion's Lucas Pinol added 12 points in a losing effort. Moving into cricket, Guyana secured a 4-wicket victory against Jamaica in round 3 action of the 2026 CWI Women's T20 Players at the Arnesvale playing field on Saturday. Batting first after being sent in, Jamaica were limited to 87 for 9 of their allotment of 20 overs. Stephanie Taylor top scored with 24 from 23, while Rashida Williams added 23 from 32. Ashmini Munisaw was the pick of the bowlers for Guyana, taking 3 for 11, as both Plafian Millington and Shanita Grimmond picked up 2 wickets. When Guyana responded, they reached 88 for 6 from 15.3 overs on the back of an unbeaten 50 from 42 from the captain Shemaine Campbell. Shanita Grimmond also added 14 runs in a winning effort. Guyana's next fixture in the 2026 Women's T20 Blaze Tournament will be against Trinidad and Tobago at the Arnesvale playing field on Tuesday. More in cricket, the West Indies under-19 suffered a 138-run loss against Afghanistan in group action of the 2026 ICC under-19 Men's World Cup at the High Performance Oval in Windhoek on Sunday. Winning the toss and batting first, Afghanistan reached 262 for 6 of their allotment of 50 overs. Osman Sidat top scored with 88, as player of the match, Mahbub Khan added 86. Jakeem Pollard and Vital Laws each picked up 3 wickets. When the West Indies under-19 responded, they were bowled out for just 124 in 33.2 overs. Joel Andrew top scored with 57, as Nurstani Omarzai picked up 4 for 16 in a winning effort. The West Indies under-19's next fixture in the 2026 ICC under-19 Men's World Cup will be against South Africa at the High Performance Oval in Windhoek on Thursday. Finally, in cricket, action took place in the ultimate showdown FET match between Tourism Guyana and FL Sport at the Lusignan Sports Club ground on Saturday. Winning the toss and batting first, FL Sport were bowled out for 123 in 19.5 overs. Diona Ryan Dindial top scored with 21 from 16, as national under-19 opener Nathaniel Ramkellowan scored 20 from 23. Rohan Suknandan was the pick of the bowlers for Tourism, taking 3 for 24, as both Dinesh Singh and Nairan Miraj picked up 2 wickets. When Tourism responded, they were bowled out for 56 in 13.1 overs on the back of a collective bowling effort and 3 catches from captain John Ram Singh. Sion Bubble was the pick of the bowlers with a destructive spell of 4 for 6 from 3.1 overs. Diona Ryan Dindial picked up 3 for 14, as Ryan Ramlal picked up 2 for 17 in the 67-run victory. Individual awards were presented to FL Sports' Sion Bubble for taking the most wickets and Diona Ryan Dindial for scoring the most runs. Tourism Ghana's Rohan Suknandan received their award for taking the most wickets, while Devon Nandan was Tourism's highest score with 13 from 12 deliveries, including a towering 6 of the HGP TV's Sports Pulse's Delwyn Neblett, who was also recognized for his all-round performance of scoring 12 runs from 15 deliveries and taking 1 for 17 in a winning effort. That's it for this edition of the HGP TV Sports Pulse. I'm Delwyn Neblett, reminding you to stay in the game.
22-year-old woman dies after jumping from GPHC ward. Family raises concerns over patient monitoring at the facility. Opposition likely to legally challenge non-appointment of opposition leader. Pundits urge parties to be cautious. Contractor killed execution style. he was visiting his son for his birthday. Guyana launches National Electronic Health Record System. And in sport, Guyana secures 4-wicket victory against Jamaica in third round of the 2026 CWI Women's T20 Blaze Championships. Those are our major headlines. For these stories and more, please go to our website. It's www.hgptv.com. I'm Travis Chase. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.